So, Detroit Lions fans, as many of y'all might have heard, when Calvin Johnson was introduced to accept his Hall of Fame ring, that whole little ceremony, when Sheila got to talking, as you can hear from the previous video, she was met with a heavy chorus of boos from the Detroit Lions fans. Now, I've heard around, just checking the comments on Twitter mostly, Lions fans are getting a pretty bad rap for this. I definitely have a heart. I understand how embarrassing and how uncomfortable that could have been for a little old lady. My heart does go out to Sheila Ford. But here's why I think you guys should cut Lions fans a little slack. Now, the people that were in that building, those are season ticket holders. Those are people that have been showing up for years and years, since the 50s. Showing up for years and years and years, expecting a better product, and they just don't get it. The Detroit Lions are like the NFL version of Madden. Every year you get the same game. You get the same team, but they promise improvement. They promise better graphics. They promise better football play. All these promises that are just never yet. Every year, it's the same team with a roster update. Just like Madden. And Lions fans are sick of it, to be honest with you. This is a team that hasn't won a division title since the 90s. That hasn't won a playoff game since the 90s. And not the late 90s. Not 98, 99. This is like 91, 92. Like, this is bad. Like, I think the last playoff win was before I was born. The last, like, it's just terrible. So, when you get to looking at it, a part of the booing was out of solidarity, I would say, with Calvin Johnson. We all know how it ended with Calvin Johnson. It's the same way it ended with Barry Sanders. They got tired of rebuilding, they got tired of false promises, and they got tired of being treated poorly by a failing organization. And then you just capitalize on that with seeing Matthew Stafford getting sent off to fucking football wonderland in LA. And it just, you feel for Calvin Johnson, you feel for Megatron, and you want to let Megatron know that, you know, you got his back and that you feel for him. The organization took some money away from him after everything he's done for the team, after he made us relevant, after he broke Jerry Rice's record. And it was just shiesty. It was shiesty business. No other team handles business the way the Lions handle business. And no other team also loses football like the Lions lose football. Those things just can't go together. Like, you look at a situation like the Indianapolis Colts and you see how they gave him all that money. They say, hey, take it. All this money, yours. Like, everything you give him for us, all the injuries you played through. And the Lions just don't do business like that. So while it wasn't Sheila Ford directly, I do understand the Lions fans showing their solidarity to Calvin. But if that was only reason why, maybe it would be a little Bush League. But the biggest reason you have to give the Lions some slack is because this team's been rebuilding since '56. And the one common denominator is the Ford family. The Ford family has done nothing to improve this team, has done nothing to set this team over the top. They've done nothing. They have been the curse of this franchise. It's not a Bobby Lane curse. It's not a Calvin Johnson curse. It is a Ford family curse. And honestly, the Lions are just sick of it. The same way anybody will be sick of the same losing culture. As you can see today, the game we lost against the Ravens, the same game she was booed at, it was just another classic Lions loss. A lot of people want the Fords to sell the team. A lot of people don't understand, you know, little things like why Dan Campbell has a job. But we'll leave that alone. As far as it goes, though, I do think you have to have like a heart for these guys that spend their hard-earned money on these jerseys. They go out to the game every week. They're buying that expensive beer. They're cheering their hearts out and they're supporting their lives away for a team that just doesn't get better every single year. And it just compounds and compounds, especially when you see Matthew Stafford go to LA and look like he's about to win the MVP. You know, the one common denominator with this football team, it just 100% is the Ford family. So, like, the Ford family is honestly, like, people of my generation, we got them on the clock, man. We want you to either win or sell the team before we get old and have to suffer the same fate of our grandparents. You know what I mean? So, it is unfortunate that Sheila Ford got booed like she got booed, but it's definitely understandable. I'm out.